Right, looks like we are live on Twitch. Hello, everyone, and welcome to So Many Levels. I'm in an evil laughter kind of mood because you guys have got yourself all set up for boss fight.
We're fine. Just go to the left. Take the left-hand path. We'll be fine.
So, I'm Christiana Ellis, the Dungeon Master. Tonight we're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Woo! Yeah. Not try to die.
Once again, we have 3 out of our 4 human players with us. Alas, once again, Viv is not able to join us this week, but we shall carry on knowing she is with us in spirit, I assume.
Yes.
But we do have Chooch as Otterkey, the Tiefling Paladin.
Good evening.
Mark Kilfoyle as Alaric, the Dwarven Fighter.
How's it going?
Starla Hutchton as Nira, the Elven Cleric.
Greetings and salutations.
And currently with the party is, of course, Amethyst, human druid, normally played by Viv. Also, your halfling ranger companion, Andri Brushgather. And also, you had several Kuo-toa fish people allies that helped you when you were in the other plane trying to cut off the Mind Flayer reinforcements. But as we rejoin the party in their adventure, first I've got some tabletop audio. We're going to be starting with the track Rise of the Ancients. And this is at tabletopaudio.com. If you're just watching the stream, you just get to hear it. But if you want to check out other gaming ambiances for your own games, check out tabletopaudio.com. So, you successfully sealed the fissure that had allowed Mind Flayers to enter the Kuo-toa's home plane. That was your mission. You also successfully rescued one of the Kuo-toa allies, and Tiblio the Flipper lives.
Yeah.
And you made it back,
Flip on.
escaping the pursuing dragon eel, and then made your way back through the fissure into the prime material plane. But we now return everyone to So Many Levels. You have emerged from
We're
the
safe
fissure.
now. Nothing more to worry about.
I've got some narration
good.
that you might want to listen to before you make that call. You have emerged from the fissure in the same place you entered it, deep within an underwater crevasse. But while the surrounding landscape was deserted when you were last here, now it is full. Some distance away, almost hidden by the dark and the water, you see hundreds of Kuo-toa all around you. They have nearly formed a dome above you. There are occasional groups and clusters like constellations in the night sky. They surround you on all sides but one, because that side is occupied by something else. The shape you see above you is difficult to comprehend. Its sheer size is such that its extremities recede into the murky waters here at the bottom of the lake. But even with perfect clarity, the alien outline features tentacles and fins and eyes in incomprehensible arrangements, painted across a canvas the size of a thunderstorm. The simplest motion of its tail creates currents that push and pull you beyond your control. When it speaks, the voice rings clear inside your head, arrogant and angry, but you also feel the vibrations resonating in your chest, rumbling like an earthquake. That voice says, "What have you done?"
Oops.
Just gone for a swim. I mean, in a certain point of view, I suppose we helped you.
How have you helped me?
I don't imagine you got along with the squid heads any better than these little fish guys.
You said you were trying to help the Kuo-toa, correct? Well, I mean, that's what we were doing. We're helping them.
What I required was for the Kuo-toa to come here. You have dared to defy my will with your short-sighted foolishness, using stolen power to pursue ends you barely comprehend. In so doing, you have interfered with my attempts to preserve what little part of this world I can. For these reasons, you are condemned, and you will serve as an example to the Kuo-toa who remain.
Technically, you did it. I just want to say that before we die.
Yes, that aspect of myself that helped you has been dealt with. It was clever hiding from me like that, but in helping you, it was revealed and has been destroyed.
I feel kind of bad about that. It was the only good part of you, the only part I liked.
The Kuo-toa who joined you on your mission, I will accept that they were misled. They are permitted to return to their brethren. Labley and Bala and Antiblio kind of turn to you. They're obviously frightened, and they kind of, sort of cluster in amongst themselves, and then Labley goes to each of you and puts a hand on your shoulder and kind of nods, and then the three of them swim away to join the others.
That's fair.
I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign.
There aren't too many good signs right now. Still, I feel pretty good about it.
The Kuo-toa in that other plane were being subjugated and tortured, and I could not stand for that. And you shouldn't either.
I did not. My intent was to have them brought here instead.
Well, it could still happen. All we did was close the other.
This way you won't get mind flayers.
Yeah, nobody likes to
You
get
can
mind
still
flayed.
get the Kuo-toa.
We closed the rift on the interlopers on the other side, not this one.
You have attempted to give them hope in a fight they cannot win, and thus they are less persuaded that they must come here.
How do you know they couldn't win? Now that we've stemmed the flow of whatever those things were.
I am ancient beyond your comprehension. My
That
means
doesn't
of
mean
knowledge...
you know everything. Not even Rushama knew everything. Every day, we tell Rushama what we've learned because Rushama doesn't know everything, so how can you?
My judgment is final. Do you have final words before I carry out your execution?
Well, that's no kind of thanks.
I'm going to look back to see if I can see our friends and any sign that anything is happening.
The Kuo-toa are, like I previously described, they're all kind of spread out as if you imagine in a normal circumstance where you're not able to float up in 3 dimensions, you could have a crowd circling you. This is the 3-dimensional version of that. They're forming sort of a half dome above you at about 100 feet away. You are at this distance not able to make out any activity. But you are also far enough away it would be hard to tell if it's not obvious.
So with Elamini gone, we have no way to talk to them.
I mean, some things will speak louder than words. Look, you overgrown gas bag. You stuck bubble underwater. You've got a lot of age on the rest of us, I'll grant you that. Maybe you've got a bit of wisdom on half of us. Maybe even all of us. But I've seen rulers come and go. People that were good go to bad. And I've seen the bad go to worse. You're on the worst side of the equation right now. Not only that, I think I figured something out. I thought you were scared before. Thought it might be something we could do that would scare you. Maybe it has a little bit, but that ain't the thing, is it? You're scared of them. I point to the crowd of Guateau around us. Something about them.
Enough!
Oh, I ain't done yet.
We're rolling initiative.
Oh
Oh.
Well, it's always nice being right, even if you killed me.
no! 5.
I got more than 5. Much more.
Alakreek is 6.
I got a 9.
Amethyst goes 21.
Wow. Okay. So, Amethyst actually goes first, and I'll go ahead and say that she is moving first because she has had essentially the instinct that the spirit's word there was basically signal that it was beginning what it was about to do. So it is Amethyst. Amethyst is up first.
Okay.
Give me the last word, is all I can say.
So the nearest part of this thing to you is about 60 feet away.
Ooh,
Okay.
might as well be a day.
Trying to remember if he was in human form.
She's we'll assume she's in human form now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, she was
She was
last
an
an
octopus.
She was an
I
octopus
was
coming
gonna
through the
say,
before we
fissure.
get
But
too
I'll
far.
allow her to have changed back if you would like that. Otherwise, she can still be an octopus if you would like.
It may not be applicable, but just in case I might need that extra scratch. This is my ideal of freedom. Everyone should be free to pursue his or her own livelihood. Count as a maybe inspiration.
Wait, Oh, okay. You're
Ideal
so.
of freedom.
I see.
And I'm defending freedom most of this time.
So
Mostly, but sure.
have you used your inspiration since the last time I gave it to you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
I gave it away, I think, or that might have
Oh,
been another
okay.
game,
Yeah,
but
you
I
might
think
be
I
right.
did use
Yeah, you gave
Yeah.
it away, yeah.
I'll give you inspiration for that little speech.
Who knows? Maybe that'll
You know
save
what?
me.
And
Probably
Nira
not.
too.
Cool.
I think I still have another one.
Well, then you can.
I'm not really entirely sure how the mechanics of that work.
It
Is
basically lets you re-roll one die anytime you want.
1d20.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Amethyst is up. Is she an octopus or human?
Other questions we have to ask.
Is it I think you're muted. You're muted, Chooch. Sorry.
Okay.
There you go.
She is an octopus, and I'm going to say that she would, basically say, suppressing fire and, squirt an ink cloud.
I
Okay.
don't speak
Use
octopus,
the
but I get
ink
the
cloud talent to obscure us.
All right. So the let's see. I'm pulling up the
Say
creature.
20 foot. Just lost it. I just had it.
Okay.
Ink cloud. 20 foot radius cloud of ink extends all around the octopus if it's
Okay.
underwater.
So and she's doing it around all of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Area is heavily obscured for 1 minute.
Yeah. So that goes for you guys too, being in the center of it. But you know, you are now essentially all contained within a jet black cloud of ink floating in the water around you. All right. Is she gonna move, or is she staying within the cloud, which seems like it might be the right thing? I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
that's what I'm
thinking.
Yeah, this was the panic, like, do we run? Do we?
Uh-huh. All right. The cloud forms around you, and then just immediately dissipates.
Damn it.
We're so screwed.
And 3 enormous tentacles of a size. You last saw the business end when one of them snatched Callista out of the water temple a little while back, but now they are basically thrashing out at Amethyst in her octopus form, and Nira and Alaric. And let's do this roll. $33 to hit for Amethyst.
Yes.
For Nira, that's a 23. And Alaric, that's another 33. So
Almost.
yeah. So basically, you are each going to take. Well, okay. So I'm going to roll separately for. So Amethyst is going to take. Let's see. 15. No, I'm sorry. 25 bludgeoning damage, which might be enough to. Is that enough to poof her out of? No, it's not. Octopus has 52, so she's still good there.
Yeah.
52, so is her total, but what did I just say? 25 bludgeoning
25.
damage,
Okay.
and she is now grappled.
Okay.
Now, Nira, you're taking 22 bludgeoning damage.
Does that count as a melee attack?
Yes.
I would like to use Wrath of the Storm.
Okay.
As a reaction. You said 22?
22, yeah.
Um,
And you are grappled as well, but you can go ahead and use your Wrath of the Storm.
yeah, that is. I'm just at 2d8. That was really good. 15. We'll do lightning damage, which I think also pushes, correct?
It normally would, but you are grappled
well,
by
yeah,
it.
I mean, it's huge.
Yeah.
Also.
You know what? The pushing effect, I will let you make an athletics or acrobatics check to see if you can. I'll give you the opportunity to try to break the grapple because of the pushing.
Okay. Let's see. I had athletics 3 and acrobatics 2. Okay. So athletics. 14.
You are not able to break the grapple.
Yeah, I didn't figure.
Yeah.
It's worth a shot.
All right, Alaric, you're taking 23 bludgeoning damage, and you are now grappled.
Okay.
All right. Next is Andre's turn. She is going to run up to the tentacle that is around Amethyst's form and basically hack at it with her short sword. That's a 13.
Okay.
13 misses. Oh, that's a crit. So that definitely hits, and she does... She does 9 slashing damage, but is unable to dislodge the tentacle. And Alaric, you're up.
All right. In the writhing mass of anything, does there seem to be a center of any kind?
There is. It's huge. I mean, so it's there is kind of a face with 3 eyes that are actually aligned vertically, and sort of just some massive flesh, and the tentacles are sort of writhing out from that center of mass.
All right. Can I pull out my crossbow?
Yes, underwater, you will be making your attack at disadvantage.
Probably disadvantage anyway, so it's kind of about the same. I'm giving it a shot with the crossbow at more or less at the head area.
All right.
That's an 11 to hit. I'm hoping it's big enough.
You find that your crossbow bolt just bounces off a tough part of its hide.
Yeah, that was expected. Yeah, nah. I got nothing else.
All right.
I'll just put the crossbow aside.
Otterkey.
Otacree is first going to channel divinity and oh, lost which one it was.
I want to
I
say
think it's the
compelled.
vow of enmity,
Okay, vow of enmity. All right.
which is a bonus action. It basically gives advantage
Mhm.
on all attacks against it until it dies or whatnot.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna use that, and then I'm going to. I want to slash at a tentacle. Try to free my friends.
Okay. So I'll give you the option. You can either attack it like with a sword, or you can essentially use a strength check to see if you can pull them free.
Oh no, longsword of righteousness.
All right. Okay, so go ahead and make your attacks. Which one are you? Which tentacle are you going after? Because you got Amethyst in her octopus form. Nira and Alaric are all three grappled by separate tentacles.
I'm going to ungrapple Mira's. Or
All right.
Slash at Mira's. Oh my god, they're both ones.
Oh no!
For my first attack.
Can I give him a point of inspiration?
Yeah, okay. If you want to use it for that, yeah, sure.
I give you a point of inspiration.
All right, you can re-roll one of those.
Blink. Alright, that's an 18 plus 7.
That hits.
Cool. Yay. Son would do 11 points of slashing.
Alright.
And then he has a second attack.
Mm-hmm.
13.
13 bounces off. It's tough.
I'll use my own point of inspiration.
All right.
18.
18 hits.
Cool. And oh no, I already used my bonus action. Can't juice it up. With 12 points of slashing.
Yeah, the tentacle is still holding firm. I mean, it's the thick. You couldn't put both arms around it. That's how thick it is.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right, Nira,
That's me.
you are grappled by a big old tentacle.
So if I'm grappled, does that mean I can't like use any objects, like say the Wand of Wonder?
You can use it.
I can use it. Okay. You know what? We're gonna go for it.
All right.
I'm gonna use the Wand of Wonder.
Okay.
Woohoo!
Okay. 5 and 0. 50. That is. Please be something good.
What's the number? 50? You said?
50.
Okay.
I really hope this is a dance-off.
So have you looked at the table? You know what this is?
Yeah.
So the effect that you feel leaving the wand is the same effect as the enlarge spell. What I'm going to say is that this thing is already incomprehensibly big, and you're not really able to detect any change in its size.
But it says if the target can't be affected by that spell, or if you didn't target a creature, I become the target.
It's
So-
so I'm not saying it couldn't be affected. Well, okay, let me.
Would have been amazing though.
Well, strictly speaking, it's supposed to make a con save, so let me have it do that.
Giant elf again. That'd be
Yeah,
great.
it resists the spell 17, so it's the spell is cast on it. It's unfortunately does not rebound on you.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah, no, that's kind of that was one of the funnier possible choices that I could have pulled up. Okay, it is now Amethyst's turn.
Oh, sorry.
You wanted to
Bonus action for, I think, mass healing word. So that'll give everybody 1d4 plus 3.
Okay.
I still have those spell slots. Alright, and that is a 6 for everybody.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay. Amethyst, in her octopus form, is grappled.
Is grappled. So she can do a strength check to try to break it.
Yes. Or dex, but strength is better for the giant octopus, I think.
Yeah, 17. And I roll a 1. Wonderful.
Wow.
Her sort of squishy invertebrate form, just you know those stress dolls where you squeeze them and their eyes bug out. That's what happens with this tentacle, the octopus. Her head kind of balloons out a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think she can do anything else.
Okay, so that makes it the spirit's turn again, and you see, you feel sort of a charge in the water, and all of a sudden, Andri and Alaric, or excuse me, Andri and Otterkey, being the ones that are not currently grappled, you see bolts of magical lightning shoot out from its face at you, and I need you both to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oof.
And because you went to separate tentacles, I'm going to say she is not within your aura of protection.
Right on.
She does not succeed.
21.
21 is a success, and so let's see. Okay, so she takes 19 lightning damage, and you take 9 lightning damage.
Okay. Is that? Oh wait, my shield. My shield has never been zapped by an element, but it does something.
Oh, that's right. We haven't had that come.
Absorb elements. One reaction which you take when you take acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage. Captures some of the incoming energy, lessening its effect on you and storing it for your next melee attack. You have resistance to the triggering damage type until the start of your next turn.
Okay.
Nice.
So I guess that would half the damage again to 4.
Yes.
All right. Okay. What you guys realize, though, is that as this, the lightning has struck, and then the spirit says, "This is a demonstration of what happens to those who oppose my will." And you guys suddenly realize that you cannot breathe anymore.
Oh, crap. I knew that was going to happen.
Uh-oh.
All right. It is Andri's turn. She is looking pretty rough, and she's kind of got her cheeks bulged out, but she's still hacking at this tentacle, and she's gonna make another. You see that she seems to land 2 really solid blows, but you're just not making any headway on this rubbery flesh with the sword. All right, Alaric.
I'm gonna get the hell out of this tentacle.
All right.
Try to get wriggle free of this thing.
Okay.
I'm trying anyway. Yeah. What do you want for a roll for that?
Athletics or acrobatics to break the
I'll
grapple.
take athletics. That is not enough, so I'll use my inspiration. That is 23.
With the 23, you are able to wriggle free of the tentacle's grasp.
Cool. I'll use my full movement to go towards it.
Okay.
I'll use my bonus action to move again.
So, okay, yeah. All right, so you're basically just going right up to its face to just be there?
Yep.
All right.
It's a better place to be than here.
Okay. All right. Autarky.
So yeah, Autograde was having a similar thought. And it's going to switch to that that strength tactic to try to ungrapple this tentacle from Mira.
Okay. So you're making a you can make an athletics check to try to break the grapple.
No, I'm not going to use that dice. That's been the nasty one. So then 24.
Okay, 24 is a success. You are able to pull the tentacle's grip open just enough that Nira is able to struggle free.
Yay! Thanks, Archie. Well, I'd say that if I could breathe, you know.
Right?
Yeah?
Yeah. And I'm going to use my Misty Step to poof 30 feet towards the head of the beast.
Okay, that gets you about halfway there. So you have your regular movement still too, if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll use that.
Okay.
Charge.
All right. So, Nira, it is now your turn. You've just been freed from the tentacle's grasp.
And now we're in the way.
Still can't breathe.
Nope.
Crap, I don't have anything. Well, I'm gonna cast Water Walk, but that's not gonna do us any good because we're down too far. We drown before we get up there. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna use the wand again.
All right.
It's not all I can do. Another 5. 8. 58.
You cast Darkness. You can create a 15-foot radius sphere of magical darkness within 60 feet of you.
Well, I was aiming for the thing, so...
All right. Yeah, so basically, we'll say you create it right in its face, and that happens to also be where Alaric and Articree just ran up to. Or swam up to. All right, so
I apologize, but can't breathe.
Yeah. So the thing in it, its face and Autarky and Alaric are now all encased in this 15-foot sphere of magical darkness.
I'm good when I'm hidden.
Yeah. But note, your regular dark vision does not see through this darkness.
Mm-hmm. But I'm standing on it.
Yep, it's true. All right. You might. Okay, yeah, you're good. So that was Nira's turn. Amethyst's turn again.
Okay.
She has water breathing, right?
Well, she's a giant octopus and can breathe water anyway.
Yeah, she's
Right.
fine.
She's fine for a moment.
Yeah, but the rest of us aren't.
Just for a minute or two.
Wriggle free again.
All right.
Oh, it's -1 no matter what. 9.
Nope. right.
No, okay, I'll stay. Never mind.
Okay. All right. It is this thing's turn again, and it's going to take a chomp at you, Alaric.
At least you can't see me.
It seems like it can. This thing has an enormous bonus, but not when it rolls a 1.
Can't see me after all, but
Bites the
itself.
tentacle.
Yeah. So it misses in its bite. So it basically you manage to squirm just enough that you sort of bounce off of its lip in this enormous maw that reaches into the darkness. Yep.
Tempting.
Yeah.
Tempting.
So, man, that is literally the only possible thing it could have rolled to make it miss you.
That's not comforting.
No, shouldn't be. All right, but yes, so that is its action for the turn, though. All right. Okay, so that makes it Andrew's turn again. She is, yeah, she's gonna just. I mean, she doesn't have anything else to do other than just try to keep hacking at this tentacle that's on an amethyst. Or, you know what? Actually, instead of swinging her sword, which wasn't working, she's going to also try to make, like a, she's going to try to pull it off.
Grapple the grappler.
Yeah. It's not her best thing. Nope.
Just let her rage.
Yeah. So she's not able to pull Amethyst free. Alaric, your turn. This thing nearly just chomped you with one bite.
Oh yeah, it's gonna squish me with one bite, or squish me with one tentacle, or bite me with something, or wink me to death. I don't know. How far away am I from its head?
You literally just bounced off its lip.
Okay. Did it back off a bit, or is it right there?
No, it's right there.
All right. Let's see. What do I want to do first? So many decisions. All of them bad, mind you, but that's never stopped me before. Well, if I'm within melee range of it, I will pull out the dagger and stab at it. I stab at the... it didn't seem to be bothered by the darkness, though, at all, right?
No.
Okay, so no real way to hide from it.
Well, you are in darkness, and so you can't see, but you're not sure. But it just came really close to just swallowing you.
Yeah. I'll stab at the stuff at my feet. At least it's there, and I can see it. Well, I mean, I know it's there. I can't see it. Well, the bad decisions for the day. 21 to hit.
21 does hit.
There's something. Because I have friends engaged with it, I'm assuming that's still not a sneak attack, though.
And
oops. Crap. That was 9 points of damage in the first attack.
Well, so one of the things that you discover being so close to it, this time just direct contact, is that your dagger does pierce it, but as soon as you pull it away, there doesn't even seem to be a hole there.
Did it seem to steal up or just not be there?
It just as soon as you pull the knife away, there was nothing. There's no wound.
Like an illusion?
I mean, it sure felt real stabbing into it. It just, there's no wound afterwards.
I'm going to move my movement towards continuing up where I thought the head would have been, and go stab again at that point.
All right.
And that is a 25 to hit.
Yep. Are you moving out of the sphere of darkness?
It's 60 feet, so I don't know if I can get that far.
No, the 60 feet was the range. The sphere is only 15 feet.
Yeah, I might as well, so I can see what the hell I'm doing. About 7 points of damage.
Okay. This time, without the darkness, you see that it does essentially seal itself back up, but it's almost instantaneous.
It's very, very large, right?
It is,
And it's got multiple tentacles and folds and all kinds of things?
yes. Like, literally, this thing's eyeball is bigger than you.
I'm going to hide among its folds and many other things.
All right?
Use
Go
my
ahead.
bonus action to hide.
Make a stealth check.
Ooh, that might be a 29.
Oh, yeah.
29.
All right. So, Ottercree. You're right up in its face. You're still in the darkness. You just felt a lot of motion right just a moment ago.
Right. The darkness.
Darkness!
So I don't know what part of it I'm even near.
Well, you knew you swum right up to its face, but you also just felt like water moving, like some, huge motion. It's hard to know. Yeah. So I'll say you're still within melee range, but you would be making your attack with disadvantage.
Yeah. Yeah, a bunch of things I've been thinking of using are all things you can see within range. So I'm going to wildly swing,
Okay.
which I'm guessing is a
Yeah.
disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
To negate any advantage, which makes it a 10.
10 does not
The
hit.
first swing, second swing. 14.
Another bounce. It just does not make any penetration to the this rubbery flesh.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna stay right here. I'm not sure
Okay.
what to do.
Okay, so okay, that's quick question for Alaric. You have your like it's not pact, but the magical bond with your weapon, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't make it a magical attack, right? It's just
No, I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. I just wanted to double check. Okay.
Well, actually, but the weapon itself is magical. It's that one that can speak to the dead.
Right. Okay. You do so. I take it back. It does take that damage. That doesn't heal itself.
That's handy.
Right. Okay. Nira.
What are the Quotoa doing? Like,
They're still like they seemed like it's hard to know if they're moving around or doing something, but they're still all in that sort of sphere.
I'm trying to figure out something I could do because I can't speak at all now. Something I could do to inspire them to do something.
Incidentally, as each round goes, here you're going to be having a harder and harder time keeping your breath, and you're going to have to make a concentration save to keep holding it if you take any damage.
Okay. I just want to pray Rushtama help me. Well, let's see. I can cast Shatter again. I can still see it, right? Because it was.
Yeah. Well, it like the sphere of
it's
darkness
huge.
is there, but it's so big that you can see lots of it around that.
Okay.
It's
then
basically just got a little sphere of darkness right in its face, kind of like that.
Okay, then I am going to cast Shatter.
All
on
right.
it. And that is a saving throw. Constitution.
Okay. It gets a 23 on the save.
Yeah. So it'll take 5.
Okay. Okay. Amethyst, her turn. She is still grappled. She's not having the problem with the breathing, though, because she is still a giant octopus. But she is still grappled.
I'm just gonna try again.
We could really use some help. Just saying.
2.
Okay, yeah. Nope. All right. And I'm going to say she doesn't officially have a level of exhaustion, but just struggling like this, she's increasingly getting the feeling like she's just not going to be able to do it this way. And I don't mean that like officially as a mechanic, I just mean she's getting tired doing it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, it's this thing's turn again, and it's lashing out at more with, more tentacles. It's got one for Alaric, and one for Nira, and one for Otterkey this time.
So it sees me?
Yep.
Yay, more tentacles.
Yeah, basically this tentacle is essentially just where you're sort of like in its little eyebrow or something like that, and it's basically just going.
I am hidden from it, and still.
Well, but
You're touching it though.
it has true sight.
You can still hide from true sight. True sight is against
Okay.
invisibility.
Well, I will.
think.
I will let it make a perception check then against for. No, you know what? It sees you. You are in its domain. It sees you. I'm gonna, in fact, go ahead and just let you guys know, right, that in these current circumstances, like, there's no hiding from it in the lake. All right. So these are the tentacle attacks. Against Alaric is 25.
Oh yeah.
Against Nira is 27. Against
Yep.
Otterkey is 34.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then that was against Alaric. It is 22 bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and you are grappled. Against Nira,
Is this where we start rolling concentration about
Yeah.
holding our breath?
yeah, we're gonna do that in just a second. Let me roll the damage. 7, 18 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled. And then Otterkey, 25 bludgeoning damage, grappled. And then I want each of you to make a concentration save.
I got a 10.
Or
What
Constitution, I said. You know,
Okay.
I said concentration.
13.
So
Yeah.
20.
What was the target? Sorry?
I was just 10 for now.
Okay.
24.
Yeah, so all three of you are able to still hold your breath despite taking this, but you are also all three grappled now.
I still have the Wrath of the Storm reaction. So I have two
yeah.
left, so
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
How many total times can you do that?
3, and I've done it once.
Oh, you did it once today, but I think you did it once in the other plane too,
Did I?
didn't you?
Well, did I get touched by anything?
I think when you were fighting the slots.
Okay. Okay. Well, I still have one left. So.
Okay.
It's 2d8. 10.
All right. And as I ruled before, I will let you make an acrobatics or athletics to try to escape the grapple if you want, because of what would normally be the pushing effect.
Athletics is plus 3. 19.
19 is not enough.
Oh!
All right.
Somewhere I have the Hellish Rebuke,
Okay. Yeah.
which is a deck saving throw.
Okay.
I'm just going to shoot it a nasty look.
Where's my d20? There we go. That's a 23.
That's a save, but it still takes. I never use 1d10s. So it's half.
You don't end up taking hits all that often, really.
12 points of fire damage,
Okay.
which triggers my new thing. Yeah.
What does?
It was when the ability, no, not ability score. When we leveled up,
Uh-huh.
I take the flames of Phlegethos.
Ooh.
It's basically whenever I do any kind of fire damage, I basically get wreathed in fire.
Oh, okay.
When you fall down, it lets you reroll ones for
Okay.
fire damage,
It
but
is.
I didn't have.
It is magical, so it's happening. But you imagine it would be more impressive if you were not underwater. So it's more just basically, it's like you're the water all directly in contact with you is sort of boiling. So you're having like a lot of bubbles sort of appear around you is what
Okay.
it looks like from
Yeah,
outside.
shed a bright light 30
Yeah.
feet.
All right, yeah. So that's a lot more light than had been down here before. So you guys are probably all a little bit dazzled. Okay. Okay, that was its turn. Andre's turn. She is going to actually swim towards the Kuo-toa. She's basically concluded that she's not able to do anything at this point. She is. You don't know what she's up to, but that's where she's going. All right, Alaric, your turn. You are grappled.
Yeah. So many things that take more than one round to do. Well, let me get myself out of this grapple thing. That was an athletics check.
Or acrobatics if it's better.
Nope, athletics works for me.
All right.
Ugh, that's a 13.
13. Nope.
That's it?
All right. Otterkey.
Hey, so I still can't really see anything. Right?
Right. Yeah. Well,
so
no. I'm gonna say when it grappled you, it moved you out of the sphere of darkness.
Oh, okay. Can I see its mouth?
Sure. It's very close, alarmingly close, you might say.
Alarmingly close. Is it alarmingly close and open?
Yeah.
So I can do my last Misty Step
Beat me to it.
and pop into it.
Okay. You have now Misty stepped into this enormous maw.
May it choke on your pointy head.
Since I can't breathe anyways. And attack it!
Okay.
Long sword of righteousness.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and make your attack.
14.
14, even on its tongue, bounces
I
off.
know. 24.
24 hits.
I want to already use my bonus action. I can't
Yeah,
do it in my
step.
juice ups.
No. But your magic sword does slash into its tongue.
12 points of damage.
Yeah, and then you get the feeling it's like, oh, that sucks. Oh. Sorry, what was the number?
12 points.
12 points of damage. Okay. Yeah, so you've given it a tiny little cut on its tongue. All right, and you are now in its mouth.
I use my movement to try to run deeper into its throat.
Deeper. Okay.
I can't breathe anyways.
Yep. All right, Nira. Your tiefling companion has just voluntarily done what it looks like it was about to do anyway.
Oh god! I don't know what to do at this point.
It's like, what? You think you're gonna eat
Win or
me?
lose, I'm not
Well,
getting out of there.
I'll just run down your throat. You did get to skip the teeth part.
Nom nom nom. All right. I'm gonna roll the wand again.
All right.
Okay. Nope. Wait. Yes. Okay. 4. 1. 41.
41 casts lightning bolt,
Cool.
and it is magic, and I'll allow it to function normally coming out of the wand here.
All right. I don't have that spell. So.
Okay, so basically it's going to make a dexterity saving throw and take 8d6 lightning damage if it fails.
Ooh. I'm excited to get that one though.
And this thing is super huge. You know, let's see. It does get a 19 for the dexterity saving throw, but go ahead and roll the 8d6 and take half of it.
Let's see, 9, 12.
You know what? I'm not going to make you do the math, because actually what you see is that as soon as the lightning does strike it, it just seems to just be immediately absorbed into its body.
Yeah, I figured that was going to happen because it shot lightning, so those things usually have resistance of some kind, so.
Yeah. Or even immunity.
Mm.
All right, that was your turn. It is, I'm going to say, Amethyst, it would be her turn here, but she's just still grappled, and basically this is starting to, you know, not that it was going great, but it's about to basically just say gulp to Otterkey. It's got the rest of you grappled, but then you all become aware of a sound. It begins subliminally, but grows in volume until it is impossible to ignore. From the Kuo-toa all around you, a hum, hundreds of voices in unison. The spirit suddenly hesitates, and you hear its voice. Kuo-toa, cease this at once. The time for stories is past. You are wrong, a voice calls out, and you realize that it spoke in the Kuo-toa language, and yet you understood it perfectly. You see, emerging from the crowd, Labley, in formal robes that flow behind her, and carrying a glowing sphere in one hand. Today we tell the tale of hope for the Kuo-toa. We are a people who have suffered much, a people who have endured much, a people who have survived troubles beyond their share. But we are a people who have survived because we tell stories of hope. When the invaders came, we hoped for rescue and received it through a flash of purple light. The spirit plucked us from peril, only to place us in prison. But we did not lose hope. We hoped for a way to converse unheard. We hoped for a way to retake our home. These hopes have all come to pass. Now that the invaders cannot come and go to our homeland as they choose, we hope that the mighty spirit will allow us to return there and fight. The spirit gives a psychic snarl that rattles your teeth. No, you are necessary for more important matters. Then we must tell the story of new heroes who joined our cause, fate-touched, brave, and compassionate. They traveled to a strange place to face unknown dangers. Once there, they risked their lives to recover our lost brother. They faced our hated enemy and fought with skill and determination. Stop! The spirit's command shakes the world around you, and with terrifying speed, an enormous tentacle lashes out, crushing Labley against the stone wall of the crevasse. As the tentacle moves away, you see her broken body, limp, drifting to the lake bed.
No!
Throughout all of this, the other Kuo-toa have maintained their hum, hundreds of voices in unison. But now you hear Labley's voice still carried within the sound. The story is too large now to be stopped. It does not belong to one soul. It does not belong to one people. It belongs to any who know oppression, to any who know the fear of being used, to those who find hope in the love and compassion of others. No! The spirit's massive form begins to thrash in place. Stop this! The story exists now. It is known. It cannot be stopped, only continued. You realize that the spirit's strange tentacled form is distorted somehow. It almost appears to be shrinking. No longer the size of the sky, it twists and flails, growing smaller and smaller. And at the same time, you see a glow appear in your midst, near the crevasse. It expands, growing like a bubble of light until it envelops you, growing past you. It pushes the water back until you find yourself in a 100-foot sphere of pure, clean air. As the light passes through you, you find your energy restored, your bruised and exhausted bodies healed, and your arcane power reinvigorated. And yes, mechanically, you are back to full hit points. You have all your spell slots, all your stuff.
That's awesome!
Yeah. There before you, submerged in the watery trench that had once been the crevasse, is the spirit of Lake Elamon. Its alien fish-like form has shrunk to only about 20 feet long, and it looks more tangible and solid than you've ever seen it. The story continues, Labley's voice echoing from the hundreds of her fellow Kuo-toa, hovering just outside your sphere of energy. Our story tells of allies who risked their lives to give the Kuo-toa a fighting chance. Now the Kuo-toa return the favor. And we're going to go to the real map.
That's so cool.
Whoa.
So I have a question. Does that include any channel divinity?
Yes, basically you are full up.
And the wand and all that stuff too? Or no? Does that not?
Yeah, you know what? Wand has full charges. Everything. You get the works.
Nice.
All right. So.
Does he spit out Otterkey?
Yes. Otterkey finds himself expelled from its mouth as the mouth becomes too small to contain him. And so now, let me describe this map here. Both of these sides are steep slopes downward because it was once this crevasse, this underwater. This trench is still full of water. The fissure is still there. There are boulders here and there, pools of water here and there, and some basically just, coral and seaweed and everything to give the impression of an underwater scene. It's flavor. I'm suddenly obsessed with my camera. Okay, so we are basically just going to continue our initiative.
So are we in air now? Can we breathe?
Yes,
Is that what this,
you are
okay.
now in air, but as I mentioned, this trench here and these pools here are still full of water. But everywhere else is you are in a sphere of air. You can see these borders around here. That's the border of this bubble of air.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna take the same initiative we had before, but we're just gonna start back up at the beginning of it. So Amethyst is, I have her little human token right here, but still technically she would be the giant octopus.
Yeah, which I think she's going to immediately poof back to
All right.
her human form.
Yeah. So if she wanted to change into something else, she could do that with the same bonus action.
Gotcha.
Go from octopus to that creature instead of back to human first.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, we'll
and
stick to-
I'm changing the tabletop audio track to Skirmish.
skirmish.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay, so
right.
back to. What do we do now?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead. Why not? Just gonna cast polymorph
Okay.
on the creature.
All right. So what it makes a charisma saving throw? Is that right?
Wisdom.
Hang on, let me make the music a little bit quieter. There we go. So is charisma correct?
It's wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. That's a 14.
Attack save is a 14.
Okay, so it does succeed.
Hard.
Yeah. Amethyst feels that the spell failed to take hold, unfortunately. All right.
Okay.
So the spirit says, "My power may be diminished momentarily, but I still have power here." And all of a sudden, the water from this pool behind you surges out in your direction. And you all need to make a strength saving throw.
Somebody taken?
19 for Audacry and 16 for Amethyst.
And 17 for me.
Okay. Alaric?
Total of 20.
Okay. So you actually all succeed, and you feel like a riptide current attempt to sort of suck you down back into the pool, but you are all able to resist it for this.
That was refreshing. Thank you.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Then it is the spirit's turn, and it swims up here and makes.
When am I in this order?
You're at the end of it. We just started it at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. It swims up, and it basically is lashing at you with tentacles that are much smaller now, but still able to reach you at a distance of 10 feet, at a range of 10 feet. So this is two on Amethyst and one on Ottergreen. That's a 12 on Amethyst, which probably misses. Oh boy, two low rolls there. That's a 13. What's her AC?
Her 18.
18. Okay, yeah. So those both miss, and then one on you. So, oh yeah, that's a 22 on you.
Ooh, that hits.
Okay. That's you're gonna take 13 bludgeoning damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Damage. 16.
16. Okay, yeah, you feel just this corruption in this slime that touches you when it smacks you with the tentacle, but you feel like you're able to resist the effect.
And of course, I'll return with my hellish rebuke.
Okay. It makes another dexterity saving throw. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. 15.
15, which I think it beats my.
Yeah, I'd be
Okay.
surprised if 15 wasn't
Yeah,
good enough, but yeah. Alright.
it is. So 7 points would be half
Okay.
of fire damage.
Yeah. You see it react to that with surprise, just, as it seems astounded by the idea of feeling actual pain. All right, that was your reaction to its attack.
Yeah.
So it is actually Andrew's turn now. She's gonna actually hop up onto this boulder here and fire 2 arrows at it.
Who has the +1 bow? Is that a magic weapon? I gave that to somebody.
Yeah. Audegree's got it.
Okay. Couldn't remember.
Okay, so she's. It's 1 hit, 2 hits. Okay, and then. Nice, she rolls well with the damage too. That's actually a total of 20 damage.
Holy crap.
Yes, it's snarls
far more
in
than I can do.
frustration. Yeah. As soon as she finishes doing that, though, it lashes out with its tail at her. Yeah. That's gonna hit. Yeah. So it's basically flips around with its long tail and whacks her with it, doing 14 damage. All right. So now it is your turn, Alaric.
Is that seedweed stuff where somebody can move through, or is that cause?
No, it's basically now with the water drained out, it's lying limp on the ground. Well, you could move over it, but I mean not like hide behind it or anything.
It's not difficult terrain.
No,
But it's not difficult terrain.
no.
All right. Let's see. Let's give this a try.
This is
I'm
a
gonna move
boulder,
that.
so you could technically be out of line of sight behind it from where it is.
I'm gonna try something different.
Okay.
I'm gonna move 5 squares to, I guess, east, according to what I can see, to be away from it. Yeah. And I point my bony little finger at it, and I cast True Strike.
All right. Does it make any saving throw or anything now, or that just gives you like advantage your next attack
Gives
or
me advantage
something?
on my next attack.
Okay. You cast that spell.
Okay, and yep, that's it.
All right. Autarky. Autarky.
Audrey is going to move towards Alaric, like maybe 2 spaces.
You are
Away
within its melee range. It will get an opportunity attack if you move out of that range.
That's cool.
So you can move to here without.
So basically, I
having
want to get out of its
range.
tentacle.
You want to be out of its
yeah.
range?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want like here or
Or maybe up 1 towards you 1, yeah.
okay. So it's going to
Perfect.
make the opportunity attack, and yeah, it gets a 28 to hit.
Bastard.
That's a 13 bludgeoning damage, and I need another. Actually, as a paladin, you are resistant to disease, are you not? Am I
I
wrong?
am. I am.
All right, so never mind the Constitution saving throw. All right.
So I moved up there.
Yeah, so you moved and you took the tentacle attack as you tried to move away, but now you have an action.
And, oh, wait, I can do the Hellish Rebuke reaction. Oh, no, I only get that once. Never mind. So I'm going to do the, switch up to the bow
All right.
and, fire 2 rounds into it. Sorry. First one is 25.
Okay, 25 hits. Yeah.
Mhm. Which is 4 points of piercing damage. And then another 25.
Yep.
We'll do 13 points.
Yeah. Those two arrows stick into it, and it once again kind of snarls with rage. All right. And as you finish your turn, it speaks to all of you and says, "All of you will be stuck down here forever." And you all are going to need to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
Uh-oh.
Archie gets 24.
I got a 5.
17.
Okay.
Amethyst. It's a 20.
Okay. So it sounds like Alaric and Andri both fail this saving throw, and Alaric, what happens as you hear this spirit's words is you realize the stone underneath you is just dissolving away, and you find yourself sinking into like this puddle of like acidic tar, and it's sticky and it's drawing you down and burning your skin. And you take 3 points of acid damage, and you feel yourself restrained in the muck. And then you, Andri, because we've got the whole party and it's confusing otherwise, the rest of you see Alaric and Andri suddenly sort of drop to their knees where they are, and they act like something is preventing them from moving, but you don't see anything.
Does that break concentration?
Yeah, well, roll for the damage you took. So it's basically a 10 is what you're looking for.
Yeah, I got a 17.
Yeah, okay, so you maintain a concentration on the True Strike, but you do feel that you are currently restrained in this acid muck. All right.
Ow.
That was after Murphy's turn. Nira, your turn.
All right, so is it submerged in the water, or is it like...
Right now it's on the surface.
Okay, then I'm gonna give this one a shot again, and I think it'll go better this time. I would like to cast Ice Storm.
Okay.
And that is a 20-foot radius,
Mm-hmm.
centered on a point within range.
Yeah, just over where it is.
Yeah, so it doesn't hit Amethyst. And it makes it difficult terrain, but since it's on water, yeah, nobody's walking on it anyway. It's a dexterity saving throw.
Gonna make a dexterity saving throw. Dexterity, not its best thing, but it actually does roll high. It gets an 18.
Okay, well, I still have to roll damage, so it's 2d8 and 40. Let's see, 2d8 bludgeoning damage, 46 cold damage.
So that blue circle I just drew is the area of the ice storm.
So 11, so half of that is 5 bludgeoning damage and 46 cold damage. And so 15, so 7. Unless you're rounding up.
Okay. All right. Yeah. It does not like that at all. It snarls. Yeah. And it's barely speaking to you now, but you can feel this barely there psychic connection still. Just you can kind of sense the amount of rage that it feels right now. But it's also a little bit just shocked that this is a turn of events that it did not anticipate.
Told
All
you
right.
you didn't know everything.
Yeah. So, Amethyst's turn.
Okay, time to turn this up a notch. Since we had so much fun before, conjure animals with the hunter sharks
Okay.
in the water.
We don't have 4 of them, I don't think.
Every GM's nightmare.
Uh,
I conjure a wild random animal. Do you have all of those ready?
Right.
yeah.
Possums.
Alright, I'm just
Brown
gonna-
possums, not the dark gray ones.
It's 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and they need to roll their own initiative.
$11.
These are really bad sharks.
They're fey-based sharks. They're not to resemble reality at all.
Okay, and what? They're all around it?
Yeah.
Okay. They are going to take that ice storm damage. I think that because it stays. So okay, let me I
they're
guess
not-
double check how that ice storm spell works because
Yeah.
they're
I know,
entering
since they
the area of the spell. So is it no
It
more
just
damage?
says
It's just
turn-
difficult terrain.
Yeah, it just says hailstorms turn the storm's area of effect into difficult terrain until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
So I don't think they
Yeah.
take any
Okay.
damage.
You're right. So just So no new damage, but it is sort of they're navigating floating chunks of ice. And then they're initiative of 11. Okay. All right. So now, let's see.
And she does want to take a step back to make sure she's out of
Okay.
range of any
Um,
tentacular things.
I need all 4 sharks to make a wisdom saving throw.
The wisdom of the sharks.
Legendary wisdom of the sharks.
Where is there? I do not see a wisdom. Oh, there it is. That's only 10. Got 2 13s, a 20, and an 11.
Okay, that's 3 out of 4 fail, and are going to take 4 psychic damage. And they all need to make Constitution saving throws.
Yeah, let's go with 4. Got 15, 4, and 10.
Okay. So technically, all 4 of them need to make that saving throw.
Oh, sorry.
But you know what? Actually, never mind. I'm just
Unfortunate.
realizing that effect wouldn't bother the sharks so much. So, okay. So that happens, and now you hear the spirit just say, "When my servants are unwilling, I force the issue, and I have many that I have collected." And you see emerging from some of these pools sea spawn creatures like you've seen before when you fought in the temple, humanoid creatures, but with these strange various deformations. One of them has a giant tentacle for an arm, other have big shark-like jaws, some of them have poison quills, and they all have sort of like kelp and coral and stuff like growing out of their bodies. You see 3 come out, and then you see the 4th one you recognize as Callista, but now acting like a sort of a zombie, but with giant weird poison quills growing out all over her body.
Aw, that's sad. But also, we saved Andrew from that, so... But now I get to smash her again!
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the one that is Callista, but these 2 things have just emerged from those pools, and now they are going to take their turn. These 2 are going to attack you, Alaric.
Yeah.
Let's see. 2 unarmed strikes and 1... The first one is making 2 unarmed strikes and 1 bite with its shark-like jaws. So first... It's a 12.
That's a miss.
And then a 14.
How much?
14.
14 is a meet.
Okay.
So I'm going to react
Okay.
by using shield.
All right. And so now it's trying its bite as well,
Okay.
and that's only an 11. So your shield is able to reflect all of that first one's attacks, but the second one is attacking too. It has a tentacle for an arm, so it's trying to slam you just at first. So we get a 19, which I think means even with
That's
the
a
shield.
tie.
Yeah.
That's a tie with the shield.
Okay. So that's going to do only 3 bludgeoning damage. As 1 more. Oh, that's a 22 for the. No, just a 20 for the other unarmed attack. And that's another 3 bludgeoning damage. But then with the tentacle, it's going to try to do that. It only gets 18 for that. So
Okay.
that one is repelled by the shield as well.
So total of 6 damage.
Yeah.
So
All right.
strike goes away.
Okay. So this one is going after Amethyst, and it has poison quills as well. So it gets a 16, and then a 6 with its 2 unarmed strikes, and then with the quills, 19. So that's going to be Amethyst will take 3 poison damage, and she needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. 17.
Okay, 17 is a success. So she feels herself able to resist the poison. She did take the initial damage, but she is not then poisoned still. Okay. So now it is the spirit's turn, and it is going to attack the sharks. It's going to make a tentacle attack first on it's basically going to attack one shark until it's destroyed. So the first attack is 15.
15 hits.
Yeah. So that's going to be 12 damage on that one. Attacking this one right here. I don't know which one you had. Let me.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. Just make sure you're keeping track of which ones have had the damage and so on.
Yeah.
But it's attacking this one right now. And then it's going to attack that one again. Gets a 19.
Hits.
And that's another 12 damage. Is it still up?
Still at
Alright.
17.
That's a 13.
Which is still a hit.
All right. That's another 16 bludgeoning damage.
He's down by 1 hit point.
Oh man! All right. Okay. So that's its turn. It is Andry's turn. She is currently, feels herself like restrained by this acid muck. She's gonna take 4 acid damage. But then she's also gonna make an intelligence saving throw. And she does not succeed, so she is still, you guys see her still sort of laying on the stone like she's trying to get out of something. All right. Oh, and you know what? I'm sorry. Back when it was the Sea-Spawn's turn, I didn't have the Callista one move, so I'm doing that now. So she is attacking you, Nira.
Bring it.
For her unarmed strikes. That's just an 11. And then a 15.
I'm at a 16, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, because my armor was damaged, so it's a... Yeah.
Okay. Wait, so
All
15 or 16?
It's it has to be 16 or better.
Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, her poison quills are unable to break it too, but she is basically, like, clawing at you. All right. But that makes it now the shark's turn.
Yes. Attack.
Okay.
And they have advantage because they're in a blood frenzy. Any creature that doesn't have all of its hit points. So the first one is a 20, natural 20.
Natural 20. All right.
For first Sharky.
Once again, the shark's just gonna tear it apart. I'm good for that.
Yeah.
Which we do. 22 points of damage.
22. Jeez.
Holy crap.
So that's shark number 1. Shark number 2 does a 10. Oh wait, I'm sorry. 16.
Okay. 16 misses.
Okay. Shark number 3. 19.
19 hits.
13 points of damage.
Okay.
And finally, we've got a 17.
Okay. 17 hits.
For 10 points of damage.
All right. All right. Okay. That was the sharks. So, Alaric, it is your turn. You are restrained by this acid muck, and you have these 2 things over you, attacking you.
Yeah. You made me miss, you bastards. If I get out of this hole, I'll try to
You're
get
gonna
out
take
of the hole.
another. So first, you're taking another 3 acid damage, but now you
Right.
can make another intelligence saving throw,
Yeah, that's not
unless you
gonna
want
go well.
to stay in the hole.
17. No, I'm getting out of the hole if
Okay,
I can.
you suddenly realize that this hole was an illusion all along, but apparently one that was so convincing to your brain that you did actually take that acid damage.
Damn it.
You took it as
It
psychic
wasn't even a
damage,
hole I
but
was stuck in.
yeah.
Do
But
I have
so
a-
that was your turn. You had to use your action to make that.
Okay, I'll use my bonus to disengage.
Okay.
and
Wait, well,
I'm
hang
going
on.
to
Just let me
move
double check because it is your action, but
my action. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I'm just double checking that it doesn't say like at the end of your turn.
Oh.
No. Nope, just your action, so you still do have a bonus action.
Move? Or that's done?
You have, so if you try to move, you'll get opportunity attacks from both of these guys.
That's probably the bonus, though, first with the disengage.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll disengage.
Mm-hmm. Where are you trying to move?
Good question. So that's water in the middle. I ain't going to get through with that. I'm going to move up beside my buddy, Aldarki.
Okay.
Just to get a couple of steps. Draw my dagger.
All right.
All right, let's do this again.
Okay. Ottercree, your turn.
Yeah, they're fine. They're at bay right there, so I'm going to continue firing the bow at the tentacle monster. 25.
25 hits.
That damages 11 points. And second is 24
Yeah.
for 8 points.
It is definitely starting to look pretty injured by now. It's taken a lot of damage. Alright.
And I'll go ahead and use a bonus action and cast Shield of Faith on my dwarf buddy who just joined me.
Alright.
So I'm a +2 bonus to AC.
Oh, I can use that.
Alright. So, I need those sharks to all once again... Wait, hang on. How did this work? They need to make a wisdom saving throw again.
Okay. Got 10, 4, 14, and 17.
Okay. The 14 and 17 succeed. The other two take 7 psychic damage.
To make this easy, I'll say, the one that only had 1 hit point. Dunk. Disappears.
Right. And which one of these three would seem like it's the worst off?
So we've got a 34 and one at 41. Says the one right in front of it would be
This one?
worst off. Yeah.
Okay.
34.
All right. So it's getting a tail attack.
Ooh.
That's a 16 to hit.
It's
That's 12 bludgeoning damage. Okay. That was your turn, Otterkey. So Nira, you're up.
Are these things undead?
It's hard to tell.
I
They
don't wanna
act
waste
like
it if I don't
undead,
know.
but they're clearly transformed in some way.
Yeah. Because I have the...
I will let you make an intelligence check. Okay, to try to determine if you think they're undead or not.
But that didn't really go very well. Let's see. Plus... yeah, that's a 10.
No, you're not sure.
Okay. And we won't do that. Instead, I will cast Shatter.
Okay.
And I will do it because I don't want to hit Amethyst or Andri, but I want to hit the two of them,
Okay.
the creature things. So
Okay.
it's a 10-foot sphere.
Oh, so you're going after them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you can get it. get them.
And I will channel Divinity Destructive Wrath.
Okay, so they make a saving throw, correct?
Correct. Constitution.
Okay. It's a 9 for the non-Callista one, and a 9 for the Callista one also, so that I think they both fail.
24 damage.
Yep. Yeah, they both seem pretty shaken by that, but not destroyed.
Are they moved at all on that? I think that's just with lightning damage, right?
Yeah, I think you have to do lightning damage to push them.
Yeah. Which seems backwards to me. But no.
So so that was your turn. Are you gonna move or anything?
If I move backwards, they get an opportunity attack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm gonna stay put.
All right. Okay, so it is Amethyst's turn again. She's got one of these things kind of in her face. She's got Andry kind of to her side, still acting as though she's under a magical effect of some kind.
I'm just going to use the Staff of Lenamara to cast Wall of Thorns.
Okay. Where?
And so it says it can do it within a 20-foot circle.
Okay.
So my hope is that she can do it just to nail those two.
Is she making it a circle?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's causing. Whoop.
Well, it says on solid objects, so I guess where there's water, they just wouldn't appear.
Giant thorny whip of power cord.
Yeah. So she creates wall of tough, pliable, tangled brush. All right. Is she trying to essentially like?
Wants to entrap them both within it.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. A creature in the area has to make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, that's a tough spell.
Yeah.
Wait. That's a 6th level spell. She doesn't have that spell.
Oh, on the staff it says it does.
Oh, you're right. The staff does have that spell. I forgot.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's. All right. They both make a dexterity saving throw. Which is not their best thing. That's a 4.
Was hoping it wouldn't be.
And a 16 for the Callista one. So I think that probably she probably succeeds but so that just means she'll take half of this damage. That's a lot of damage.
So let's get that. Yeah. 3, 12. 21. 26 points is the full damage.
All right. As this wall of thorns grows up around them, you see the vines curling around both of these figures, and spines growing out of the vines and impaling them until they're both hung there almost like scarecrows, unmoving.
I shed a tear.
So they are both they're both dead.
Aw, I didn't get to smash?
Stick around.
Let's still get to Spanish if we survive.
You can literally just beat on her dead corpse if you want.
I can
all
talk
right.
to it. I know what I
Okay.
Bring her back so I can kill her again.
I need the 3 sharks to make another wisdom saving throw.
All right. 17, 6, and 5.
The 6 and the 5 are going to take 4 psychic damage. And one of them, this one here, is getting another tail attack.
Okay.
That's a 12.
That's AC is 12.
Okay, so that's another hit then. And what's the damage from that one? That's another 13 bludgeoning damage.
Down to 5.
Okay. All right. So, and it is now these creatures. These two are coming. They're still coming after you, Alaric.
Yep, but on my terms.
Well, yeah,
I ain't stuck in a hole.
that's true. All right. So the one with the shark-like jaws is going first with its unarmed attacks. That's an 8. That's a 6. Those are both missing, I think. And it's going to try to bite you. And it gets a 15.
That would have been hit, but not with this shield of faith over me.
Oh, reminding me how the Shield of Faith works?
Plus
Plus
2
2
HP.
armor class.
Okay,
It's
great.
my concentration.
Yeah, okay, so the one with the shark-like jaws is not able to touch you. The
I think I got
magical aura around you is able to reflect its attacks. The other one is trying as well. That's going to be 17 with one of its unarmed strikes.
That'll hit.
Okay,
Did my
17.
token get slipped or did I get moved?
Oh, maybe? Where
Because
were
I was
you?
right.
Yeah, you were
I was
right
right
there.
next to
I
it,
think,
yeah.
when the power cord fell on. So that first attack,
So-
that first unarmed attack is just another 3 bludgeoning damage. The
Okay.
second unarmed attack is only a 10, but then it's trying with its tentacle,
Right.
and that's an 18.
That's a hit.
You take 8 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled by that tentacle.
Oh, damn it, grappled.
All right. Incidentally, this is the one with the tentacle. This is the one with the shark jaws, just if that matters. Okay. It is the spirit's turn, and it is going to continue to wail on these sharks all around it. So it's still first going after that one. That's going to be a 22.
It's going to hit hard.
And then
Maybe.
that's another 13 bludgeoning damage.
Poof.
Alright. And now it is going to do 2 attacks against the next one. That's a 27 to hit. With another 12 bludgeoning damage. And a 12 to hit. 12, I think you said, is the AC?
Armor class.
Okay. Alright, and so that's going to be another 14 bludgeoning damage. Alright. Is it still?
Still swimming.
Alright. Okay. It is Andre's turn. She's going to take another 5 acid damage. She's starting to not look great, you guys. Like, not in imminent danger, but she's clearly having a hard time. She's very pale and kind of, ashy and just starting to look a little bit weak. Okay, and then she gets to try to make the saving throw. Nope. Alright. It is the shark's turn.
Okay. Back to the shark.
Oh, I'm sorry. Before their turn, you get one more tail attack against this one. Legendary actions, man. That's an 18.
Hit.
And that's going to be another 14 bludgeoning damage.
Down to 5.
Is that what? It's still up?
Yep. Down to 5.
Okay, wow, those sharks have a lot of hit points. That's a tough spell. I just mean, those sharks are really effective. It's a good thing. I suppose that's the special benefit of actually being in an underwater location where they're relevant.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is the shark's turn.
Okay, attack.
All right.
Sharky shark. Look. Back to their page. 21.
Okay. 21 hits.
9. Oh, wait, 9. 13 points of damage.
Okay.
Second attack. Or second shark. 22.
Okay, that hits.
11 points of damage.
Okay, yeah, this spirit is looking pretty rough now. It's not having a good time. It's going to make another tail swipe attack against that same one. That's going to be a 20. Not a crit, but just 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then that's another 16 bludgeoning damage.
God.
All right. You can sort of feel its psychic voice going, finally, jeez. All right, it is now Alaric, your turn.
All right, I'm grappled by the thing, but it's
Yeah.
still. I can still.
I'm sorry, what?
Didn't Otacree get skipped?
I have you after Alaric.
You did the bow thing last time, didn't you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm grappled, but I can still attack that bugger that's got me, right?
Yeah. So you're attacking instead of trying to break the grapple?
That's right.
Okay.
I want this guy to go down. Yeah, the one with the tentacle, though, I am attacking.
Yep.
With the dagger. Whoops, that's flying everywhere. What's going on? Too excited. That is a 17 to hit.
17 hits. These things are not super tough to hit.
9 points of damage.
9.
Second attack. Natural 20.
Ooh. That's cool.
Look at that part.
A critical hit will hit.
Oh, wow. And I maxed out on damage. 14 points of damage.
Oh, nice.
How's he look?
Yeah. Pretty rough, but not dead.
Not dead?
Not dead.
Let's make the difference. I use an action surge.
Okay.
This again. Get at me, bro. That is 22 to hit
22 hits.
for 8 points of damage.
Almost. But
Well,
not
let's
quite.
make it a reality. 13 to hit.
13 hits. And that one will do the
4.
trick.
7 points of damage.
As you do a sort of upward stab with this, your dagger, you're going in like that whole thing, like in under the jaw with it, but the whole head just comes right off with it. And you're like, oh, you've now got a head on a dagger handle.
There, if you got any questions,
Yeah.
I'll make them talk later.
The tentacle releases you.
That was the hard way to do it, but
Yeah, this is crazy.
I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage,
Okay.
and I'm going to step back and diagonal 1 foot. So I'm on the side otter key on the opposite side from the creature.
Okay. Oh, here?
Yes.
All right. All right. So this one is dead. You know what? I'll just remove them because I don't want to confuse the issue. All right. That was your turn. The spirit is making another tail swipe at the remaining shark. That's going to be a 27 to hit for 12 bludgeoning damage. All right. Okay. Now it's Ottercree's turn.
So he will go ahead and charge this fool.
All right. This fool or the spirit?
In front of me.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Swords a swinging. Hmm. 15.
Okay. 15 hits.
Alright. Which does 11 points damage.
Okay.
And second swing is 21.
That also hits.
10 points of damage.
Okay.
Kind of imagine Otterkey and Alaric kind of dancing around each other at this point.
Yeah. Yeah,
Switch
you
up.
get a couple of solid slashes in its sort of weirdly distorted underwater gross body, to be precise. Okay. After your turn, one more tail swipe on that shark. You guys are definitely noticing it's sort of thrashing around. It's looking increasingly sort of frantic. That's going to be 20 to hit. With another 10 bludgeoning damage. Okay, Nira.
Alright, I am going to cast Guiding Bolt on the spirit at a level 3 instead of level 1.
Okay, okay. So you roll to attack, correct, for the Guiding Bolt? I believe that's right. Or a ranged spell attack?
Hold on. That's what I'm actually. I'm looking. I can't.
Ring spell.
Okay, yeah, there it is. Alright. Please work. Want to kill something. Oh, I rolled a 20!
Yeah? All right.
Yes, I did. A natural 20. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, so natural 20, and that's at a level 3, so it's 46 plus 2d6. So, let's see. 6, 9, 13, 15.
Well, and you rolled a natural 20?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
that's a crit, too.
Oh, okay.
So you rolled twice as many dice.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so that's 21.
Well,
I'm out of a d6 at this point, so just 21.
Excellent problem.
25, 29, 30, 32, 36, 39.
As you find yourself beginning to draw upon Rishama's divine spiritual power imbued within you, all of your anxieties, all of your fears that have been brought to the surface as part of this delve into the darkness in this lake, and the things that this spirit made you fear and question, all of that is just mashed into a ball that is purified by the spiritual energy of Rishama within you, and you find your hand moving almost like it's in slow motion, and the arcane energy that extends out from your hand strikes the spirit, and it freezes and starts to tremble. What? This is impossible! I am thousands of you.
God damn. Yes.
And the explosion doesn't harm you physically, but just from a psychic perspective, you all find yourselves just completely stunned for, it's hard to even say how long. It's just this psychic shockwave that emanates out from it. And then as you kind of collect yourself, you recognize that the spirit is gone, and you don't hear anything through the transition, this bubble, but outside you see all the Kuo-toa on the outside waving.
What about the dude in front of us?
Basically he just drops limp. He actually still seems to be breathing, but he's just no longer doing anything.
What about Andrew?
Andrew suddenly sits up and says, "Wait, what? What? Did we do it?
We did it!
All right!" And you, as you're kind of sort of realizing that it seems as though you have achieved a success, I'm first also going to change our Music track. You know what? I'm gonna have us change it to. Actually, I don't have just a really good, obvious one.
Existential Dread. I see that one right there.
Yep.
Let's see. Yeah, there's. You know what? I don't have a really good one. I'm just gonna say we're switching to Ice Cavern. So, you know, it's kind of ominous sounding, but I don't have one picked out for, you know, victory. Yeah, exactly. As you're kind of, you know, collecting yourself there and realizing, you see suddenly descending into this spherical center, you see kind of a spectral shape that resolves itself into lably, but translucent, and kind of descends down, moving as though unbound by gravity, and moving towards you, almost as though it's swimming through just the air, and it comes in front of you and just says, I am currently acting as the conduit to the spirit's power. It has incredible power. We sapped most of it and shared it amongst ourselves, and now that it has been destroyed, there is even more. We will not be able to hold it for long. We will perhaps be able to choose what form it should take when we release it.
Can you take it with you back to the other place to fight with it?
No.
You can't make it your servant.
This is the spiritual energy of the lake itself, present here within this plane. I have understanding now of things that I had never before thought to question. There is so much energy associated with this ancient lake, and it had become a malignant personality here. It could perhaps be released. We could attempt to resurrect the form of the one that helped us, or try to conjure and tell a story of a new spirit that would be better, or perhaps we could let the energy be distributed throughout many, many smaller spirits that are less powerful. I do not claim to have the wisdom to know the best outcome, but this energy must be dealt with. We cannot hold it for long.
I think it should be divided.
Yeah, many smaller spirits sounds like the way to go. Because we see what happens when you've got it all consolidated in one being.
Yes. We will do as you say. But while we are here, before we return to our homeland and take the fight to them, to take our homeland back, all of us, we thank you. You have saved us. You have proven that hope is worthwhile. The former spirit of this lake believed that the universe and all the planes faced certain destruction, and it only sought to provide itself comfort for a time before the end. But I believe that you all have proved that hope is always worthwhile, and that it is critical to always look for another way, rather than merely seek to prolong the inevitable.
That's owed in large part to you folks. You showed you got the power. You showed you got the mindset. You got a while, but you're back on your feet now.
Yes. Yes.
But what about this one, Labley? It sounds as though you aren't exactly yourself. Are you going to be yourself again?
I don't think so. The power of the story we told, the spiritual energy we drew from the spirit of Lake Elamon, allowed us to do things we've never done before, and I'm present now only as a result of holding that energy. When we release it, I will be released with it. But I'm not afraid.
No, you ain't afraid, that's for sure. You carry that into whatever afterlife you end up in. Maybe someday in that plane or somewhere else, I'll meet you again.
And we thank you for your sacrifice.
You're strong and you've done amazing things for your people. You should be very proud.
I am. And our people are forever in your debt. This boon I now offer you is only a small means of repayment, but allow me to give you each this. And she kind of just floats over and gently sort of touches you each on the forehead. And you all, as you get touched, you just intuitively know you are now just permanently able to breathe water and have a swimming speed equal to your normal movement speed. Just
Hot damn.
That's so
permanently.
cool. I was wondering how we were going to get out of here.
Wow.
That's amazing.
You were amazing and worth it.
I'm not so sure of that, but I'll take your word for it. You seem smarter than me. I'd like to be able to talk to your people sometime. If there's any of your folks that speak common and might come to the shore.
Just goes around and just kind of gives you each one more little tap.
What was that?
You will now understand our language.
Ooh,
Hot
cool.
damn.
Cool.
Thank you.
Although we do plan to return to our home dimension and the fissure will be left behind, I leave it to you to decide whether to close it or not.
Yeah.
I
One thing
think
we
it's
must do.
best.
Still, stranger things have happened, and we might come across your people again. At least I can say hello properly.
Yes. And perhaps there are other Kuo-toa somewhere within your world. You can say hello to them.
I'll treat him as a friend.
Very
Unless they stab me. I don't treat anybody who stabs me as a friend, but that's usually not the first conversation.
I find our hold is waning. I must do what needs to be done now. But once again, we all thank you. You have done great deeds, and your story will be told for generation upon generation. Both
Good
in our
luck in your
people
fight.
and I suspect in yours. And so she sort of drifts away and starts to glow brighter and brighter until you can't even really look at her anymore. And then little shards and specks of light shoot out in every direction, spreading out all over, untold numbers of them. And as they sort of dissipate, one of them sort of lingers down, drifts near you. You realize that at some point this bubble has collapsed and you're in the water again now, but able to breathe it with no problem. And the one little spark drifts down and then poofs into a strange looking little creature that looks almost like almost like a little frog, but with weird wings made of water that are folded around it, almost like a cape. And it just sort of looks around and looks up at you. It says, "Hello, I'm new here."
Hello, it's nice to meet you.
You got a name?
Not yet.
Oh. Weird.
How about Alamany?
I like that.
Yeah, that fits. Nice to meet you, Alamany.
And I think we'll call it there for tonight.
All right.
Yay!
Phew.
Boy, those sharks did a number on him, man. You guys, like, I'm watching the numbers, just going, oh, geez.
Oh, they're brutal.
Yeah. Well, and it was just surrounded by them, and it couldn't really get away without just getting. Yeah. I mean, it eventually kind of mostly worked it out, but that really, it took up all of its actions trying to take those things out for a while.
Kept it busy.
Yeah. So, well done, you guys. As Labley's spirit suggested, I think you guys will find that having essentially destroyed the ancient spirit of Lake Elamon and created untold numbers of small spirits in its place, that's an event that will not go unnoticed amongst the major powers of your world.
Still kind of thinking of that half-drowned village they're going to be experiencing.
Oh, are they still itchy? Alaric and...
You guys, when you were touched by the spirit, you get the feeling that essentially what you were now given was a benign version of that.
Oh, well, that's better.
Yeah, so you are no longer, cursed in that way.
Felt I was going to have to shave my hair or something. Now it's kind of like the hair on my arms. It's like water wings. I can swing something so much better.
Like, you're no longer cursed in that way.
I might be the first dwarf who likes to swim.
Anyway, good job, you guys. You've essentially completed this arc, and you've made a big change in the world here, and so, but now, you've also learned a lot as part of this, so you guys need to give some thought to what is your plan, what's next.
Well, I think we gotta go hunt some dinosaurs, right?
One last decision, because I kind of cut us off a little bit. You are closing the fissure behind them once they go?
Oh, yeah.
Figure so.
Okay. So, I think we'll leave it there for tonight. Just realized I hadn't looked at the chat at all in quite a while.
Mother Dragon's been there entertaining.
Great. Yay. It's always great to have her. So, in any case, we'll leave it there for tonight, and we'll be back soon. I think we said not next week, but the week after. We'll try to be back for more adventure on so many levels.